Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. Want some, get some, bad enough.
Hello, welcome to episode, 58? 7? 8? 58? We're hanging and banging in Gangrel, and I can't believe this guy's sitting here. I actually have a match with you coming up.
Yes,
Ariel Levy, the CCW champion? World champion? Just champion.
Yeah, I don't know. Champion, world heavyweight champion. I mean, I'm not a heavyweight, but I'm the world champion.
It's the champion. So we're sitting here, and...
you are the number one contender.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I've never won as many matches in my life till I got the CCW to climbing the ladder. Maybe it's because a lot of them were students.
It's your legend cred. So that gets you
credit only
fast
gets you
pass.
Credit only gets you so far in this world to get you f***ed right in the butt. Like later on down the road. That's the system, man. Tell the world don't trust.
So that's September 3rd.
September 3rd.
Bash at the Brew, CCW.
Bash at the Brew. That's in
Miami,
Hialeah.
Unbranded Brewing Company.
Unbranded Brewing Company, yeah. So, for the show purposes,
let's keep it professional.
Just try to keep it professional.
Yes.
I know that you've had a parting of the ways with the your moral code, or whatever, or following what are the rules? What are the rules of? I don't know. You don't care. You're not taking shit anymore.
Oh no, rules were made to.
So you're being like broken. Christian. You're just being you. Like Christian's like him now. That Christian you see in AEW, that's Christian. That's
he's an asshole.
Well, he's not an asshole, but that's just the Christian. That's the Christian I know.
Yeah,
like he's abrupt like that, very sarcastic sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like we'll sit you here. We'll go ahead and address that. Were you pretending to just be nice when you were tagging with
Vinicius?
Vinicius. I always say it wrong because I go
the big Brazilian piece of crap. Vinicius,
the Brazilian basher, the monster.
Yes,
the Brazilian giant.
Yes,
whatever Fonzie calls him.
Yes, I was trying to be friends with people. I thought that was gonna take me to better places, but it didn't. So now I'm much better being myself.
It's just easier to be yourself.
Yeah,
less to remember. Just get up, look in the mirror and go F you world and move on and go be yourself. Well, that's all right. I don't hold that against you, but I am looking forward to that match and whatever it is. So we'll just leave that for the September 3rd and then September 4th. I don't think I'm wrestling you there. I'll probably get who am I wrestling? Oh, that's BCRW, right? Was that
Boca Raton
Championship Wrestling? And it's a new company coming up that I think is sistered up with CCW. So I guess it seems that way to me. Looking at it, it seems like they're sharing talent and sharing promotional marketing and stuff like that. So that's a good weekend back to back wrestling. That's a holiday weekend too, Labor Day weekend, right? So
is that Labor? I mean, I don't know.
September 3rd, 4th, 5th is Labor Day.
There's a AEW pay-per-view that weekend. There's a WWE show in Wales that weekend.
So the Bash is going against WWE.
No, because that show happens overseas in Wales. So the show is around
that's right. Raymond
3 p.m. or 1 p.m.
Clash at the Castle,
yes.
Right? And apparently that's where Drew McIntyre is going to beat Roman Reigns, according to Raymond.
You think so?
No, I don't. I think Raymond thinks that. I don't.
You think so? I think Roman has to lose at WrestleMania if he's going to lose it. I mean, I don't know.
Bigger stage. Not, you're saying to hell with these people in the United Kingdom and whatnot. They don't deserve to see Roman lose. The whole world at WrestleMania, the biggest stage, the grandest stage.
Do you think they are building up Drew as the number one? Because the guy who beats Roman is going to be the new number one, right?
Number one. No, I think they're just building him up to draw in the UK and then he'll get beat.
Yeah, right?
In some kind of smiles. It'll be some kind of deal. But who knows? I'm very excited. Like, we talked about this last week, too, before we move on with some of the other topics. With Triple H being back. Yes. I'm very excited, and I see that some things have changed. People come back, and I believe that he's actually hired Road Dogg back. Or somebody's hired Road Dogg back, but he's back in.
Probably. And they fired Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, they let Jeff go?
I mean, I don't know if they fired him, but they...
Let him go? Oh, well, that's same shit. Future endeavored.
Yes, he got future endeavored.
Oh, wow.
Again.
Okay, well, it happens in wrestling, but it's such a vicious cycle. But Road Dogg, I shared a lot of time, did a lot of hardcore matches with him.
Actually,
traveled with them.
Actually, I was watching a YouTube video there because I'm a wrestling nerd. So
Don't say that too loud. Loki will get mad at
I know. You had the first match versus you and Road Dogg had the first TV14 match when they went to TV14 in Monday Night Raw back in, I think it was 99. Yeah. So you had the first TV14 match. It was a great hardcore match for the hardcore title.
And that was like 3 weeks ago on the day we had a show, wasn't it? And then last week was my debut, right? And you know what was the debut this week? Today?
No.
The New Brood.
Oh.
However many years ago, 99 or 2000, was the New Brood or whatever. On today, I saw it popped up. The internet doesn't lie, Neither does Wikipedia, so you can trust that with your life. But no, but yeah, New Brood. But yeah, I had the first PG-14 match with Road Dogg. Huh? So PG-14 means more edgier.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, okay, I get mixed up with these ratings because when I was a kid, it was PG and it was R, and R wasn't even so bad. It was.
Man, I don't know that.
But now the times have changed, and
we have different censorship system in Chile, but yes, supposedly you can have more cursing and more nudity and more everything you were doing back then, everything that made wrestling fun.
Well, if you watch that match with Road Dogg, what was it? PG-14 was that table that was rated X. That table beat the hell out of me. It wouldn't break. I think somebody ribbed us and switched the table. Because back then they would gimmick the tables. They'd take certain frame supports out and stuff like that. They were still big and thick tables. You had to break the table. But I think somebody...
They didn't gimmick them?
I think somebody switched the table as for fun. That would have been Owen Hart rib if Owen was around. That would have been something Owen would have did. Something of that nature.
Wait, you never won the hardcore championship?
No, I was supposed to. Believe it or not, I think when they... debuted it was the Hardcore 24/7.
Yes,
I believe it was WrestleMania in LA, and the week before that WrestleMania, they told me I was going to win that Hardcore title, and I blew my shoulder out with S.A. Rios, and that's why I tell people how he was going to come off the top rope. He jumped off the top rope and he wanted me to drop kick him. But if you watch many of my matches, the only drop kick you'll see me do is from the top rope, or I'll miss a drop kick from the top rope. And it was funny. I was talking to Mark Henry about that. I'll circle back to that. I was talking to him yesterday. I did the Busted Open yesterday, talking about the Edge documentary. But I was talking to Mark Henry, and he brung it up, asking me if I remember. I go, damn right, I remember. Right? But with S.A. Rios, I go, I don't do a drop kick. This drop kick would have required me to turn to my stomach. And it was at an angle, but I always did the Ricky Morton drop kick on my back. So so I wouldn't do it. More of a shotgun drop kick. So I wouldn't do them. I just didn't like how it looked when I did it. I didn't have that pretty finesse. But he talked me into doing it, and man, did I learn a lesson the hard way. A week before WrestleMania, my clavicle sticking up over here, out of my arm, and I was out for 8 weeks. And cost me wrestling because I never wrestled at a WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
It cost me at wrestling a WrestleMania and winning. I mean, it was only a hardcore belt, but winning a championship at WrestleMania. That would have been the biggest moment in my life. It got snatched away doing something I didn't feel right doing and knew I didn't do. So that's why at the class I always stop things and say, listen, if you don't want to do something, that's why I'm big on it. If you do not feel comfortable with it, you're only going to either get hurt or you're going to make us both look bad. So I'd rather you speak up all the time and say, listen, I don't do that well, or I'm not comfortable with it. I would gladly change it. The same thing with Undertaker. I was scared of death. I think Raymond has something in notes he wanted to ask about when I lost the belt, or I lost my first. I had a winning streak, right? When I first came out and debuted as Gangrel, I had a winning streak, and I think in one of his notes he wanted to bring up. He said, was it true or what? Did I lose it my first match with D'Lo Brown? I can't remember, but I know it led up to a pay-per-view match with D'Lo Brown. But I got clotheslined over the top rope, and my arm stuck in the rope, and I tore my pec out and my shoulder out. I popped my shoulder out. So I don't. From that point on, and I didn't miss any work. I tore the pec. I had blood down here. I had the white sleeves though. So.
Like Cody, Cody.
Yeah, but mine. Look, I think it was worse than that. I still have a big divot across here. When I took my shirt off. But maybe I don't know if it's worse. But yeah, but it's similar. But I also blew the shoulder out too. So they had to pop the shoulder back in.
And you kept working. You never stopped.
Yeah, that happened in Canada on a pay-per-view, and then we drove into Detroit, and by the time I got to Detroit I couldn't lift my arm, and the next morning I looked, I was black all the way down to my waist, all the way down to my arm, but I wore the white puffy shirt, so I left it on. A doctor came and he goes, I think you really need to go to the hospital and get that looked at, but here's some Vicodin. So he write me this prescription, and I never took pain pills before. Maybe as a kid, maybe when I don't remember, something my parent got from a doctor when I was hurt. But I wasn't like up on pain pills or anything. Like Luna knew all about all kinds of shit. She's like, vampire, that's good shit right there. You take that. So like,
that's good.
So I took it, and I was like 40 minutes later, I was like, I don't need no doctor, like, so I never went.
But you never got it.
No,
checked?
I never got it fixed. I got the shoulder popped in that night.
Yeah.
By Francois, this guy, he was like a Shih Tzu guy or something.
Yeah, the guy with the
ponytail. Yeah. He would stand on you. He would hurt you, but he popped it in. And I remember Mark Henry was like, oh, it was because Mark Henry, because when I went over the top rope and blew the, when I went over to give me a clothesline, I was at the end of the match, but there was a whole angle after. So D'Lo clotheslined me out. My shoulder went out, but I had to come back in and fight them off and spray blood and give them a paler and everything else with my shoulder out, popped out behind me. So when I got to the back, that Francois guy popped it in. I remember Mark Henry, he's a black guy, you know. So
yeah,
but he looked like he just turned like white when he heard it pop in. It was just so disgusting. It was like like it popped in. And Francois goes, "You're good, baby." Like I go, "I don't think so, man. Like that's not what's hurting. The shoulder wasn't hurting." I go, "I feel like a knot, a band in here."
How long into your WWE career were you?
This is my first pay-per-view. Like just started the run.
What? Because this is before the Brood.
This is before the Brood. This is before I was even just maybe it was teasing the feud with Edge. You know.
Did you know you were gonna be in a certain group?
No, I didn't know anything. All I know is if I would have told them I was hurt, that would have been it. You would have been home.
No, yeah, of course.
They've been gone. That's all I know. It wasn't in the Brood yet. I don't even think.
But
I think I was already teasing stuff with it.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I tore it out. And I just kept working, and so I have a problem now later in life with going over the top rope backwards. I don't do it very well. So I came back in 2000, and whenever I came back with Viscera against the Undertaker in a handicap match, 2005 maybe it was, or something like that, where we took on the Undertaker. So I get burned in the elevator. So they bring me back. And I've been gone since like when I broke my neck originally in like 2000 whatever. I was gone, and then a year later they released me after my neck was healed, and then they brought me back and they hired me, and they said, "Oh, we want you to try to come up to the lift," but my lift was gone. It was the lift for Rey Mysterio now, so it was just a little square thing, and then so they put Ray in it, and they would like crank Ray up and release it, and he would spring out of it, right? So but they had to manually crank it for me. But we went to go do a dry rehearsal. Now, when I did my the Brood's original lift, it was like 6 feet wide and like 6 feet long, like this, and 3 feet. That it was big. You could fit 3 of us on it and all that, and the fire would burn up, right? But this one was a little. My shoulders had barely cleared the stage coming out. That's how tight it was. So they lit the fire to go do it, and I'm standing there. But what they didn't anticipate was the fire sucked in the hole. Yes, came in on me. I was just sitting there burning like this, and I was like, it felt like I don't know, some shit from Stranger Things or something. Like I jumped up. Yes, I watched Stranger Things. I watched all 4 seasons before you say some shit back over there in that corner. Man, I had to physically jump because they couldn't get it cranked up. When I got up, all my skin was hanging like off the arm. So basically, they just cut the skin and cleaned me up.
But it was just a rehearsal.
Yeah, this was like an hour before the doors opened, like before the show. Yeah, and then we were like early in the show, the handicap match.
Did you beat up the pyro guys or something?
No, I think they got fired. That group of guys. Yeah. It was in that town though. They had a different. Wasn't the main guys that they would use all the time. I know it was just different ones. So they cleaned it up, and then I wrestled this year, but Undertaker was putting a match together, and this is the Undertaker. You don't want to tell him you can't do something. Then he goes, on top of the arm and everything. He goes, I'm gonna give you a clothesline over the top or a boot over the top rope backwards or something. I can't remember what it was, but whatever it was, it involved me going over the top rope backwards. And I was like, I sat there for a minute, and then I said, no, I just might as well tell him because I said, hey, I really do that shitty now. Ever since that one incident, I have some kind of block in my head. It's the worst bump that I do out of anything. And he goes, I'm glad you told me. He says, I'll just give you something and you just go through the middle rope, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. And he was grateful because he realized that if I did it shitty, it made us both look bad. You'll get hurt. So it's so much better to speak up. But I didn't know it. I should have learned. I learned this lesson way back because with S.A. Rios. Right. This was before I broke my neck with S.A. Rios, where he wanted me to drop kick him. And he was so insistent on it. I think it was called Papi Chulo at the time, or S.A. Reels.
Yeah, S.A. Reels, yeah.
S.A. Reels, yeah. And, but I did it, and sure enough, it just, pow, that shoulder, the clavicle came out, and that cost me the WrestleMania. That was a hard lesson to learn. It cost me WrestleMania, the hardcore title, everything that was going to win at WrestleMania in L.A.
That sucks.
It's just life. It's part of my destiny, my path, I guess, you know. But it helps me as a trainer, though, to help teach these
right,
things,
and you never got to... But did you still go to that WrestleMania, or you stayed?
No, I was home open. Like, I was home, slinged up. And then I started rehab right away, like 2 weeks, because they didn't want atrophy to set in, so I had to work it and work it.
They still watched the finish of that match, so it's okay.
I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch that WrestleMania.
It was Hardcore Holly versus Crash.
Yeah.
It was like a beat the clock, like kind of a battle royal, like, you know, like
this guy loves wrestling.
I know. and then Hardcore Holly was supposed to pin Crash Holly, but the time was supposed to run out before he gets the 3 count, but he got it before. So he ended up being the hardcore champion, but it was penciled in that Crash was gonna be the hardcore champion after that match.
Rest in peace. Crash Holly was a great worker.
Oh yeah,
it was tremendous. That guy. We did WWE dojos together. He was in there.
I think it was very like it came before. I mean, he did great, but right now, like, because he was small for that era. But I think now he would really thrive. Like he's.
He was great though. They held him back. He didn't do half the stuff he could do. He was really really good. It was a terrible loss, unfortunately, and life and wrestling, entertainment, and all that type of industries. You know, the most talented people are the most affected sometimes by mental illnesses and different things. You're just not feeling, you know, like a square peg in a round hole. So, you know, again, I'll take this time right now to say if anybody's feeling any kind of way, always reach out. Just reach out for help. There's you know, there's suicide hotlines. There's counseling. There's free stuff out there online. I'm sure Raymond will post something up here in the post. But mental. You know, like I think he was going through a divorce. He was going through everything. And
Crush.
I think there's a lot of things going on.
The other guy that was highly talented, but he was also like a lot of very damaged. I think like was Brian Christopher.
Brian, yeah, I traveled with Brian. I wrestled Brian a lot. He didn't. I don't think he. I'll say this out loud, and anybody who knows him will say he didn't kill himself in jail. I think he got.
Well, his dad thinks the same.
Yeah, well, no, I 100% believe he didn't do it. Like not knowing Brian would have. He was probably smarted off to these fucking guys and thought he was untouchable, and so mysteriously the cameras don't work. It's just like every movie you see. Mm-hmm. Oh, the cameras didn't work. Oh, this guard was on break. Or he had to go. You know, it's not a laughing matter, but it's just as ironic. It's just like a movie, and then you know,
that happened.
And he died with, you know, your fingers in there. Why would you try to save yourself if you're trying to kill yourself? Because you would have had to like did it. So I truly believe that Mr. The King is right about his son. And yeah, Brian was he was going through a lot of stuff. Luna, a lot of stuff. Dude, Daphne, you had Ashley Massaro, you had the big guy Mike Awesome, Sean. You have so many people, so many tragedies and early deaths and stuff like that by their own hands, you know. And it's just sad. Today's August. I think August 27th. This is August 22nd, but the 27th will be 12 years that Luna's passed away. Today's the 23rd. Yeah, so but the month of August is 12 years. So so if anybody's feeling any kind of depression or feeling something about anything or about anything you need to talk, just reach out. I'm sure there'll be a number up here. Raymond will post for a suicide hotline or some kind of counseling.
Get professional help.
Yeah, please don't keep it to yourself. Reach out. There's people out there that are willing to help and listen. All right. So where were we going before I got sidetracked? I went back and I went boom here, boom, injury.
We were talking about Road Dogg.
Road Dogg, yes.
Getting back in the WWE
Road Dogg,
creative. He's the vice president of I don't know what's the
live events.
Like
house shows.
Oh yeah. So he got what they fired Jeff Jarrett and they hired Road Dogg. They're bringing. I mean, Triple H is bringing his guys. It makes total sense, right?
Which makes me wish I was a little bit nicer to Triple H.
you think maybe?
No, I got along great with him.
You think maybe Mr. Ass is
Billy
Gunn. You think he's like taking his kids
I don't
jumping
know.
ship
I don't know
with
what
his
his,
kids?
I don't know what their contracts are. I don't know.
But you think he'll make
I do know the
sense?
lawyer that does their contracts. Actually, I got to return a call to him. I could sneak a peek, but I think there's some kind of ethics in there or something, moral thing that would get him in trouble if he told me. But I could find out. No, I don't know. But yeah, no. I'm wondering to see if X-Pac will show up. Like, he's a brilliant mind, and he's doing really, really good for himself. He's so smart. We trained together at Malenko's in Tampa. We slept on floors together, shared blankets, and. Just sleeping on a carpet. Somebody, she wasn't a stranger. It's Phyllis Lee's carpet. Just splitting a blanket because it was so cold, in Tampa on some of those winter nights, and just training on Saturday and Sunday mornings because he did this Sunday morning stuff too with all the shoot wrestling and all that. So he's well versed in everything, and he's very knowledgeable. And a lot of people hate the clique and that group and a lot of things it stands for and had problems with it, but. They're all so very knowledgeable, from Razor to Kevin to everything. So he's under like the tremendous learning tree coming up. They took him under his wing, and Kurt Hennig. Oh my gosh, Kurt Hennig's just like, and he took X-Pac, Sean in too. Just a tremendous mind and talent, and growing up second generation in wrestling, or is he third? Second for sure. Larry Dax. I don't know if he's that wrestler, but
Kurt.
Yeah, but Kurt Hennig. Yeah, so. He's learned so much, and being trained under Boris Malenko and then coming up under the Tampa guys too and some of the Minnesota crews. Sean is very, very smart X-Pac, so I would love to see him go back there with his head on straight now, and I think it'd be really great and really good for the industry.
Sean Waltman is one of the greatest minds in wrestling. Right?
He's the reason I say never. I don't say never anymore. I used to go, I'll never, but he proved me wrong on that. Like, I remember Luna was coming up to him. She almost had him talked into wearing a mask with like a wig to work some of the girls because he was smaller,
Yes.
And we thought like you never get a chance, but then he was the Lightning Kid, and he branched off, and the next thing you know, there he was beating Razor Ramon on a Monday Night Raw, 1, 2, 3 Kid, and the rest is history.
That was awesome.
And, it was tremendous. So, and he's such a great guy. When I went on his show, I think we talked like 3 hours, but we didn't even get past like 87 or 88, or whatever it was. Like, we never got out of the 80s in our conversation yet, because we did so much together and came up together. Like, a lot of my, I worked a lot of his early matches in WWE. I was the Black Phantom, or I was Dave Heath, so I drew him as the 1, 2, 3 Kid a lot, and then I wrestled him as X-Pac. I wrestled him as just Sean.
I had the pleasure.
The Lightning Kid.
He came to Chile, and I had the pleasure to work him in a 6-man match.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
And it was great. It was great. I took the X Factor.
Yes.
I took the spinning heel kick and the X Factor. I was marking up.
The sort of two bumps that I don't do well is the top rope backwards that we talked about earlier, right? And the other one's a face bump. I take such a shitty face bump, and whenever I worked him, I'd have to take later on, and when it was when he was X-Pac or whatever, I'd have to take the X Factor, and I was like, ugh. It was always, if you go back and look at the videos, you'll see such an awkward, like almost a shoulder like bump. I don't know why. I could tell you why I do them. Like, I used to miss headbutts off the top all the time. Like miss them. Like when I went to Calgary, they would just make us stand on the things, and they say, "Go." We have to do diving headbutts out of nowhere while people are hitting the ropes. Kind of like I do that drill sometimes at school, but I don't make people do the miss a headbutt off the top. But because we like Dynamite Kid and Benoit, all that stuff.
Brain damage.
They want us to do that. You had to be like really good and really agile off the top and really springy and really go. So I would do it all the time. I would miss a splash off the top like nothing. And then one day I didn't have under tights on. And I'm not gonna say I got like grapefruit nuts or anything like that, but they slid around and got caught. Like it got just from the top rope between my thigh and the ring, and they swelled, and it was such a painful thing. Ever since then, I crunch on every face bump, and I used to miss headbutts and splashes all the time. PTSD. Now I just crunch. Feels like that horrible movie. There was a movie where the guy got hit with a fastball and the ball, he could never hit again. He ended up becoming a lawn maintenance guy and stuff like that. They ended up coaching a softball team. I forget. It was a silly bench warmers 2. I think it was Benchwarmers 2. Benchwarmers 2. I don't know. Somebody out there has seen Benchwarmers 2. Somebody out there has to pass a lot of time on planes like I do, and the only way to shut my mind down is to watch
a film.
a movie of some sort, a really good movie that keeps you intrigued, or a really stupid movie that just makes me go, "This is so stupid."
I go for stupid movies on planes too.
When I want my stupid movies, I go Adam Sandler and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Waterboy.
What are you throwing, karate things over there? What are you doing? Like,
No, this was a perfect segue for the movie, The Day Shift.
but you didn't watch The Day Shift, did you? You
I haven't watched The Day Shift. You watched The Day Shift on?
Yeah.
It's a vampire movie.
Yeah.
It's your genre.
Yeah, if you want to call it that. Like, the first 5 minutes of it, I almost turned it off. Like.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was
That bad?
It was Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, some girl with a big fat butt, looked good. I don't know, his wife or whatever. What actor's that? Megan Good. Yeah. No, she's look good. Like, but I don't know. It's a silly dark comedy. So like, I don't want to say they're vampire bounty hunters, but they get paid for fangs, you know. But I don't know. They had hybrid vampires. There's like ultra vamps, and they're like, I don't want to say they're zombies because I hate zombies, but like some of them had like a zombie effect. It was all right. I watched it to get to the end, and I'm gonna be honest. I probably only watched it to see if Snoop Dogg made it through the movie or not. Like, he was called Big John Snoop Dogg. I was curious to see how. Like, I'm not a big Jamie Foxx guy. Like so his movies, I like the movie Held Up.
Snoop Dogg
the
plays
comedy.
himself, or is
What's that? Snoop Dogg plays Big John. He's
plays
just
him.
he wears his cowboy outfit. He's a vampire hunter too. So they go and snatch the fangs. They kill the vampire. And they take the fangs and they get paid. There's a whole vampire killing union, and they got to follow rules. And the female vampire was bad as shit though. Like, she's I don't know. She's Spanish of some nature, but I believe they led it to believe she was Mexican because they kept saying drug cartels and El Jefe and.
sounds like from Dusk Till Dawn kind of. Shit.
Dusk Till Dawn was better.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Dust
It's
Till
a master.
Dawn. Dust Till
It's one of my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah. You can't touch Dust Till Dawn. Yeah.
Salma Hayek, like
Yeah. No. This girl is almost as hot as Selma Hayek.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Yeah, the vampire wrote up.
Instead of Mexican girl. Something.
Yeah, like, nah. Day Shift. This Raymond wanted me to watch it. He told me to tell you to watch it. I never reached out to you.
Day Shift.
It's called Day Shift, yeah. So because he couldn't get the night shift because he broke so many rules. Jamie Foxx and when he was in the vampire union, killing union, he broke so many rules when he begged to come back in. Snoop Dogg got him back in, and then he ended up. They would only give him a day shift when it wasn't like less money, less vampires or something.
Speaking about getting fangs from vampires, is it true that you got surgery to get like permanent fangs one time?
What do we call surgery?
I mean, not surgery. I don't know. Like a procedure. I don't know.
Procedures, yes. Yes, but it wasn't in WWE. Everybody thinks that I had the vampire fangs in WWE. It was after Memphis, 93. So I'd say like 90, 94, 95, and 96, I had actual fangs. Like bonded in. Like bonded.
So you live 24/7 with
24/7, I was a vampire.
How was that?
Cool.
To live with?
Cool. It was good. I was living a little bit of a weird lifestyle.
Okay.
Like going to the clubs and vampire, the black code. It's a whole other world, like Dungeons and Dragons out there with vampire.
So you were living the gimmick.
living the
24/7
gimmick,
too.
living the gimmick, trying to immerse into it, understand it, like be this character, but having fun too. Really, just having fun. Yeah. But the reason I got rid of the fangs is multiple reasons. Is I was working Too Cold Scorpio, and he does a spinning leg drop, which is in Reading, Pennsylvania, for a guy called Damian Kane. And you know how Scorpio does that like 360 leg drop off the top rope? Well, that big ass of his hit me right in the face. Like, so I blame that for losing the fang, but he blames my German suplex. It was a hell of a match. I don't know that I've ever had a bad match with Scorpio. When people ask me who's my favorite match and stuff like that, and I overlook it all the time, and I go, I don't know. But like when I think about it, Scorpio, like I really liked wrestling Too Cold Scorpio. Like that guy's amazing. I mean, sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. I've gotten stitches from him. I've lost fangs with him.
And still, like I saw him last year, WrestleMania in Tampa. He worked Leo Rush. Amazing match. Like, and he, how old is he?
He's a little bit older than me. I'm 53, so he's probably.
But he moves
late
like
50, yeah.
he moves like
Yeah, he
same
still hits the
Ariel
ropes, that
stuff.
old school on the side.
Yeah,
he comes off.
it's great. And he dances like that's all the
So
dancing gimmick.
Like I had some tremendous matches with him, but I've also had some of my most battle wounds with him. So he landed that leg drop, and I was like bleeding, and I was like, oh. And we wrestled back and forth, and then like went to a series of finishes, and I hit him with a German suplex with bridges and stuff like that. And my fang was in his ass. So so I told him like it was his leg drop that knocked my fang loose, and it came out. And he goes, "No, it was your German suplex," because he said he went to Japan with an abscess in his ass from my fang. Like, his ass had a knotted. I think he's making this shit up because he's trying to cover up. He's trying to cover up the fact he dropped that big ass leg drop on my head with his ass, you know. But I gave him a German. We went back and forth, tiger suplexes, bridges. I had some crazy matches with him. But all in all, I lost the fang root and all. So when it came out, it was like this long. It was like it looked 3 inches long. It looked so weird, and I was missing. So I had a fang here and then nothing on the other side. No tooth, no nothing. And so it was so weird. And then that same night, I was traveling with, rest in peace, Jim Neidhart and Tom Cusati, rest in peace. Oh my goodness, wow. Both of them just gone. Tom Cusati just passed away not too long ago. But I was riding around and but I was younger, right? Like, I hadn't been to WWE or anything yet. I mean, I've done Japan and Puerto Rico and Memphis, but this is Jim Neidhart and Tom traveling around. And I'm not going to say what they were looking for, but they were driving around some seedy streets in the city, you know? We were wrestling in Baltimore that night, but for whatever reason, we're driving around some back streets in New York. I'm just holding my fang going, can we just go to a dentist? Like I just wanted to go to, see if there was a 24-hour, because it was a clean pull. Like, maybe they could have put it back, you know? But I ended up losing my fang that night, so I had to get a flipper one. So
right.
Not only did I had to get explained to another dentist, like, I need a fang on a temporary tooth that comes in and out. Like, cause Benoit had the same thing. He lost his tooth with a German suplex, and he was missing the same tooth. So he would have one where he put it in, but he would take it out when he worked.
Right.
But I would leave it out and put it in when I worked because it was a fang. So to match the other fang. Yes. So like. I remember I had that for a while, and then I was losing weight, but I was still working with it, the fangs, and then Vince McMahon came up, and one day he says, I had like another tryout or something. He goes, if you grow your hair in, lose some more weight, and fuck's sakes, get rid of those fangs, we'll get a job, you know. And I did.
He wanted you to get rid of the fangs.
Yeah. So I did all that. I lost the weight, got rid of the fangs, grew my hair in. And then when they hire me, they tell me I'm not going to work for a year or something. And then out of nowhere, Vince Russo calls, can you do the vampire thing? So here you go. They want the fangs.
Yeah.
Then they wanted me to cut the hair and then wear a shirt, a white puffy shirt. So everything I did the opposite to do, like get rid of the fangs, got in shape, I got abs, I got a good body, grew the hair in. They wanted me to cut off.
But you know,
I didn't cut the hair. I wouldn't cut the hair. I think that was people just.
Do you know what they wanted you to do before going back to the vampire gimmick?
They just said they didn't know what they want. They just hired me. I was in All Japan.
Did you like your works?
I think I talked about it last trip, didn't I? I was in All Japan last show. I did the camp, and from the camp they didn't say anything to the dojo. Like they asked me about like. Prince Albert, Test, all these people should have hired Eric Watts, Stan Severn, all this. They never asked me about myself. Then I went to All Japan for a tour in '98, right? A week later, and I was over there, and then Johnny Ace came to me and said, Baba wants to give you a contract for a year, but WWE has a contract for you. WWF at the time has a contract. So I had to make a decision right then and there. And of course, Luna talked me into going WWF. And so when I went home, there wasn't really a contract there. It was bullshit. But then it was going back and forth, and they didn't really sign it, but they were telling me I was going to sit home for like a year. They didn't know what they were going to do with me. And I was only home like a week or something. And Vince Russo called.
And they called for the back.
Hey, can you do that? But I think that's when he had creative control for like 1 month. I think there was a weird period where he had control for this 1 month. And he slid the vampire thing in. So, but they wanted a shirt on the abs. They wanted the fangs back and the hair that they had me cut or grow in. They wanted me to cut. But I didn't cut the hair. But I put the shirt and I came up with some different fangs. So those fangs were temporary then. But it was funny, like I had gotten in such good shape. It was a video like somebody just wrote me the other day, this wrestler named John Schuyler, and then Mark Henry brought it up on Busted Open. He goes, you remember when you got knocked out as the Black Phantom? But I worked as a Black Phantom, so it was like 3 months before I got hired as Gangrel, or 4 months maybe, like it was a Black Phantom, and I was like, you could see in that video I was super buff, but that's why I quit doing the drop kick off the top. Remember I said I did every drop kick? I stopped it with Mark Henry, and it's funny, he brought it up. You remember when you went split leg on a drop kick? But what happened on that drop kick is he wasn't supposed to touch me. It was a missed drop kick. So, you know, when you're on top of you jump up. I would jump up really high, and I would just take a back bump, right? Boy, his hand, he didn't move, and he like hit my leg, so I landed. If you watch the video, the Black Phantom versus Mark Henry, it's floating around now because somebody was saying Black Phantom, not Gangrel, but it was me because they said, no, look at the physique, it couldn't be him. But I had gotten in shape. But I land right on my head, and then I run the whole match on my ankles and knees unconscious. Like I remember my spots, but I was like blacked out, like, you know, because Mark Henry says, do you remember when Luna punched me? And I go, no. He goes, well, you probably don't remember because you got knocked out when you did a drop kick. I go, oh, I remember that match. I never did a drop kick off the top since. Yeah. That broke me of that too. So like, dude, so through these little lessons in life is why I help teach the other guys though. But yeah, it was good talking to him on Busted Open. They wanted to talk about the A&E Edge documentary and stuff.
Did you
like
watch
that.
it?
Yeah, I did. I watched most of it up to interview because then I'm like, what do they want to talk to me about? And then I go, oh, it must be the Edge thing because I saw a commercial. So I clicked through it on. I mean, he did 30 years and they ran through his life so quick. It's really hard to fit everything in. But yeah, it was a good documentary though. They didn't cover much of the Brood. It was just very brief. And not much of the rated R superstar stuff either. But they just kind of like, but they covered him and Christian. But I mean, they didn't even cover him and the Dudley and them's feuds either. They had like great feuds too with him and Christian. But I guess like I said, there was just so much in the Hardys. Well, they touched on the Hardys, the first ladder match, and then they had the other ladder match with the Gun Arena, or that's where it was, the Gun Arena in Cleveland. But yeah, but it was a good documentary. So talked on there. I just went on there and just said the truth. What a great guy Adam is. He's a tremendous individual. You know, he's super, super nice. What you see is what you get with him, and he's a really, really good dude. I'm super happy for him.
And he said he was thinking about retiring next year in Toronto.
Well, makes sense, I suppose. It's where he went to his first WrestleMania, right? The Sky Dome, Toronto. Yeah. Come full circle. I think Raymond doesn't believe me, but I think it'll be Edge will go back to Judgment Day and then beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Beat the Undertaker?
Beat the Undertaker.
So you think the Undertaker's coming back?
Come back and get beat by Edge. Or beat Edge, you know. Everybody's speculating John Cena, right? But like, I don't know.
Oh, John Cena.
But see, I don't know. Like,
that'd be cool.
I struggle with the whole. I was a big fan of the Judgment Day with Edge on top of Judgment Day. Then when Edge left Judgment Day, you know, it was Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. It was hard because to me, the only one that fits that group still, well, long as she doesn't talk, she's good. But like Damian Priest and her are good. It's just weird for me. It just doesn't seem the same without Edge and control of it. And then Edge just beat last night on Raw. Edge faced Damian Priest and he beat him. But then Finn Balor came in and Rhea Ripley came in. But then Beth came in out of the crowd with a chair and fended him off. So now it looks like they're going for a mixed tag like they did. So which I don't know, that'll make Edge happy because he loves his wife and it's really cool. He's just wanting to have fun his last years. He's told me that, so he just wants to enjoy the ride and have the best time he can.
What do you think should be Edge's last match? Don't say the Undertaker.
Don't say the Undertaker. I don't know.
Do you have the mentality that he should like go putting over a younger guy, or do you think he should be like John Cena would be cool?
I don't know. Well, I would have liked to have seen the Judgment Day thing go through.
Right.
Really go against the Undertaker. I really would have, but it didn't go that route. So, if it was John Cena, because when he beat John Cena was a Money in the Bank thing, right? John Cena just gotten beat up by like Randy Orton or somebody. Like,
the first time.
Batista, yeah.
Well, it was after Elimination Chamber match.
So how many Elimination Chamber? How many matches has he had with championship match
with John
Cena? Yeah.
They had one. They had one in Boston where Edge won, and then they had one in Toronto that Cena won. It was a ladder match.
So Toronto.
Those are the ones I remember. Probably had more.
It was in Toronto.
Yeah, he got beat in Toronto.
So then
he beat Cena in his hometown, and Cena beat him in.
So now they're 1-1. So maybe they finish off the trilogy in Toronto.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would work.
I mean, they had.
How do you remember all this? How do you remember all this?
I don't know. I haven't get it in my head.
I can't even remember what I did last week. And you could remember like what cities and what matches. And
I don't know.
No, it's a good thing. I just wish I could.
That's why you have me here. I guess.
Yeah, well, it was for your charming personality and your looks, but obviously this too. This is a bonus.
But
as long as you're not beating on me too bad on September 3rd.
Oh no! Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I'll have S2S to do that.
Maybe I'll find
My boy
where the Brazilian giant's been hiding. Maybe I'll get him to come back and help me.
I don't think it's cleared yet.
He still owes you.
I did a good job. Oh no! I know that day's coming. I'm preparing myself. I know that day's coming.
He's just MIA. I haven't seen him since. He didn't retire, did he?
I did a good job. Not with Fonzie. Fonzie's still showing up.
Fonzie doesn't know any better not to keep showing up. Fonzie's still in the 80s. Brah! Hey, love you, daddy. All right, so Ariel.
Yeah, I have some.
You got something you're bringing to the table here?
I have some fact or fiction stuff to ask you.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Pandora's box, but we're gonna do facts and fiction. So. Fiction or fiction? Fiction. I can't say shit. Quit messing with me.
Sometimes my pronunciation.
No, it's me too.
With my Chilean accent. How
many times do I? Sometimes I think you think I'm ribbing you or Alan, but like I mix words up all the time. And because one day you go, oh, it's my accent. I go, no, I just really said, what did you say? And he goes, no, it's my accent. And I was like, I can't remember what it was, but Ariel said, no, it's just my accent. But it wasn't. I said something. It just came out. He thought I was messing with him. I was like, oh no, I wasn't messing. I lost sleep that night thinking you thought I was ribbing you or something. Like, because it was just how my word came out. I was like, what?
Oh no, I mean,
Alan, I'm ribbing all the time though.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, like he understands like 20% of what you're saying. So.
All he's doing in his head is going, F you, buddy. F you, buddy. All right, so facts or fiction?
Facts.
So what is this segment about? You're going to ask me if it's a fact
I'm going to ask
fiction?
you, is it fact or fiction that there was more than 2 black hearts? Fact or fiction?
Fact. There was 3 sets of black hearts. So there was Apocalypse and Destruction, which was I was Destruction with Apocalypse, and then there was Apocalypse and Destruction, I think it was, which is Dave Johnson. You know Dave Johnson, rest in peace. Destruction. And that was them when they spun off. They went back to Japan, got beat up by Hanson and Spivey. You ever see that one where he gets hit in the head, where the blood comes boiling out? You ever seen the Beverly Hillbillies when they discover?
Yes.
And they discover the oil and they shoot the ground.
Yeah.
Well, it was bubbling out of Apocalypse's head there. And poor Dave got, like, rest in peace, got knocked out by Spivey like twice. That was horrible. And then they went to Memphis. That was them. And then they were the same black hearts that went to WCW for a month and feuded the Cole Twins. I don't know if you remember that or not. Like, no, it's yeah. People ask me, and I don't mean to be a jerk, and it sounds like I'm being a jerk about it. I go, wait, like, which group do you think I was? Because I was only part of the first 2 tours. You can say that sucked because it did, but that third tour, that was not me, and it wasn't me in Memphis, and it wasn't me in WCW. But it was me and Joe Goodhart's Tri-State Wrestling Alliance. It was also UWF. The first 2 trips, the thing, and then any IWA was the other group, and that was Agony and Destruction. So I was still made Destruction instead of being Apocalypse. It was Agony, which was Todd Houston, Barry Passmore. He came by the school the one day.
I remember.
Yeah, he came by. So
lives in Nashville, right?
Yeah, he lives in Nashville. Yeah. So there was three sets of black cards. So each original black card spawned another black card. So 3 total. And but I am looking to. I'd like to see a 4 set of black cards.
A revival.
Think so. I think
the black hearts are coming to
I think Gangrel might maybe do a retirement thing and maybe slide.
Like, you'll do the mask gimmick
and then come back.
Like
then the black hearts show up.
Like the Black Scorpion.
Destruction shows back up and with a partner or something.
So we
won't make any money. Like Gangrel, he's still blessed enough to that character. Like myself, gang. I'm talking about myself. Obviously, I'm not being a weirdo. So I still wrestle and I won't get paid if I go do the black card thing unless I go to Japan because. Like they were big and popular in Japan.
Big in Japan, like
but yeah. So maybe Japan, maybe orchestrate some kind of thing like that. Like I would love to do that again. One more last run as the Black Hearts. I would like that.
Who would you choose as your partner?
I don't know. The problem with the Black Hearts is the gimmick was no face, right? We were the bastard. Yeah. We were the bastard sons of Stu Hart, right? So Stu Hart went out, slept with a bunch of groupies. We came back shameful with our face covered, trying to claim our spot in the Hart Dynasty. That's how it started Stampede, right? So the Black Hearts, but our gimmick was we had no like eyes or face or anything, so you couldn't tell us apart. The outfits were all the same. And Switch now, the stupid person I am, I've gotten millions of tattoos now.
yeah.
So if it come back as a black card, it's gonna have to be a full bodysuit black card. I don't want to look corny like the '80s mass wrestlers with the full bodysuits. So it'd have to be kind of cool. And I think, you know, gear and stuff, it's really cool to do it, to be able to still do the switcheroo and keep to true tradition of the black cards. But I am very open to it. Like, obviously, I think it would need to be somebody younger than me, a bit more athletic to carry the team in a sense that like just like going to see Skid Row and there's like only one member of Skid Row there, like Rudy, the guitar player or something. Like you gotta have one person say, hey, it's the original, you know, to be able to make a tour, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you need
one person. It could be the whole band, 5 other people replaced, but there's one drummer's original, you know. Like,
it keeps the
they
mystique alive.
Keep the stigma, right? So like I definitely think it would have to be somebody. The body size would have to match. I think it would definitely. Younger, more capable of carrying the load more, like in a sense, like we could structure things to carry it in a good way, but like I wouldn't want to expose any weaknesses, you know. So definitely I have to find it a little bit younger or stronger worker, like so.
Maybe one of your students.
Do you think of anybody? You're at the you go by the school when you.
I mean, but you need a.
Before you were the world champion, before you were CCW champion,
I'll be there tonight. He has to be like your height, right? Or you're like,
she'll be the same height.
That's because I was thinking maybe metal, maybe like high, but they're like they won't look at like it's impossible to do the switcheroo with them.
Yeah. There's a new kid there. Christian's got kind of a build, got a little tall. Like he's very new, just on
Christian.
Headlocks right now. There's something there too with him.
Yeah.
It's not Phil. Phil don't listen. I think it's Cabeza Grande.
Yes.
Since he's gotten a few matches, he's got to get in there and put work back in there.
Big time Phil.
He's got a lot of work to put in. He has potential. But he's got a lot of work to put in. I don't know what to think about it, but like I don't know if it would be a student. A student would be easier to.
You know who? The Goldberg kick that came.
Oh, he would be a good one.
He would be a good one.
Yes, he would be a good one. He's shorter though too, isn't he?
Yeah, but.
He's a good one. He's doing good in Arizona. He's out there training under Dom and Gallo out there.
Oh, he's still training?
Yeah, I hear reports he's doing really good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, because he transferred bases. He's a lieutenant in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So, Jake Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Yeah. Guy trained 3 weeks and had a match. He was trained a week and a half and had a match at QT Marshall's seminar.
Yeah, he did very good.
He's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy talented.
Natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, another fact or fiction.
Fact or fiction.
I love this one. So, one of the Brood t-shirts featured the question, why suck it when you can bite it?
What does that mean? Why suck it if you can bite it?
I guess it's like addressing like DX, suck it, because it's that era. Like, why suck it when you can bite it?
I don't remember any Brood shirt like that, but I kind of like that. I think it'd be a good seller.
Oh, it's cool.
I think if it was marketed the right way with the right design, and it could be cool. But no, fiction. Fiction.
I don't know if it's like maybe it's non
efficient.
But it
could be interpreted in a dirty way.
Yeah, for this era, I mean, maybe it's too much.
Too much, maybe.
I don't know.
The Attitude Era probably could have worked though.
Oh no, of course that's when was supposed to
have been out. Yeah.
The Brood was never addressed as actual vampires. Fact or fiction?
Fact. The Brood itself, I don't think they just called it a gothic trio, and they lived a gothic lifestyle. I don't think they ever called us vampires. They didn't call Edge and Christian vampires. I obviously had vampire fans
you had
and stuff
fans
like
and
that. So it was a visual, but I don't think. That's a good thing. I'm gonna have to go back and look myself, but I'm gonna say that we were never addressed as actual vampires.
I don't remember.
I don't think so, and I don't think the Brood story was ever explained or ever told. Why there was rumors that we were brothers or from a village or somewhere in Europe or this and that, but turns out they're from Orangeville, Canada. Like, they're Canadian, right? Like, this whole mystery the whole time they're Canadian, and I'm a Florida guy. But the funny thing is about WWE and them being Canadian is I've been working for WWE since 88 or 89, 88, 87, 88, 88, doing jobs
Yeah,
or
yeah,
different things. Come up through there, work for them. So travel, they bought me flights, travel, this and that. But when I got my actual contract and I had to give them passports and stuff, they said, we thought you were Canadian. Like,
Why?
I don't know. And then they put me with Edgy Christian, who were Canadian, and I was married to a Canadian, I guess, Luna. So like, and then I was always hanging out with the Canadians, and then I ended up traveling with Canadians too, other Canadians. Like, so I guess they thought I was just I was Canadian, but I'm from right here in South Florida, born and raised. Even though it says Santa Cruz, California, and I still put that on the thing, and I feel really bad. It's not that I'm dissing the whole time because I love Florida. I'm Florida to a die, ride or die, Florida, South Florida guy. It was just from the movie The Lost Boys, right? So Santa Carla was the murder capital. So it was obviously a play on Santa Cruz. So I took it and I put Santa Cruz. I remember I used to land in San Jose, which is the airport right outside Santa Cruz. And I would land, and I was when I was on TV, and all the baggage guys and everybody would come on and go, "Welcome home, puppy!" Like, welcome home, like, you know, because they thought I was from there. I would land in town to do shows in Oakland and stuff. I flew into San Jose a lot, yeah. So they'd be like, "Welcome home," like, yeah, it was good. But I love South Florida, and that's why I love so much. Being part of CCW, like when I had my own school, I was very prideful too. I just wanted to focus on. I didn't want to be like CCW is like Nashville. It is. I just really wanted to focus on like South Florida, running like 3 good shows or just 2 good shows a month in South Florida because I'm proud of South Florida.
That's what we do.
I wanted everything to be South Florida this, South Florida that. But in CCW was 17 years. It's been almost 18 now. A South Florida company, so it's good to be like full circle because I wrestled with them. Hell, I was actually trained before Dan, one of the owners. He came in after I was already trained, so like I've known him his whole span and stuff, and he's one of the owners of CCW, and then Elio is now another owner. So, but I'm proud to be. That's what's so cool about CCW being part of that. It's a South Florida company, so it's good. Even though they're expanding in Nashville, and
we're
things,
in Nashville and Central Florida too. Yeah,
but I feel more. No, I'm not. I like those shows, but I feel more pride. Just even if it's just at a breakout, like this past Saturday, they did the Kumite. I had a Kumite chant there in the match. You heard that? Kumite.
Yeah.
I did the what do you call it? The death blow. The mock them death blow.
Oh, you did it?
Mock death blow. Oh yeah, you didn't see it? You didn't hear it?
No, I wasn't.
So I went for the DD in my match. You had to win the match, you had to hit your opponent's head into the cage a total of 3 times throughout the match. So 3 head blows to the cage. So we were evened up. 2-2, and I go for the Impaler DDT. He comes in there and gives me 3 fouls, low blows, 3 in a row. Blah, blah, blah. Then he curb stomps me, and then he's like, like he's going to go all like whatever, like Kumite on my head and break my neck. I broke away, and I hit him with death blow. I hit him with all the vital organs. It's like Bruce Lee. Pop, 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 pop. I froze him. He just froze.
Kumite.
And then I gave him, because when Jean-Claude Van Damme, he broke the bricks to get in with the death blow. That was the death blow. Wow. And then I gave him a slingshot into the cage, and the people were like, Kumite. But I had to take more pride working. That show,
I missed the show.
The student shows right there because it's like right in the heart of Pompano. I grew up in Deerfield. I was born and raised in Deerfield. I like just a few miles from there. Like, and people were like, yeah, you're in New Home. Like where you live, I play
I'm a
football.
Deerfield guy now.
We're at Zion Lutheran. As we go down, there's Deerfield Beach Middle School. There's a school down there. That's where I played for the Raiders, Deerfield Raiders football.
We need we should find a venue in Deerfield so you can work your home.
What I want to do too, and I was talking to some police officers.
So I don't have to drive.
Police officers at Fort Lauderdale and stuff is like I want to, and I was gonna do it with GWA when I had it, but I want to do free shows for the community where you bring the ring when they do a day, like they were giving out backpacks and kids going back to school because I grew up in a very unfortunate neighborhood, a very like to us, my mom, and it was a thing, and it was a big thing to us when the school closed time, to go back to school. It was hard for them, but they gave each one of us $50 and dropped us off. Sometimes only $25. Would drop us off at the Goodwill store, and that's where we had to go shop, use secondhand clothes for school and everything like that. I think that's why everybody in my family works so much now, because we just learned at a young age we wanted a different haircut besides the shaved head. You had to go pay it yourself, this and that. But so we grew up in a very rough neighborhood and stuff in Deerfield, and I'm very proud of that. And would like to go back and give back to that community in Deerfield. And I don't think we run any shows there, so I would like to see. No, we
don't have shows.
Maybe I'll take it upon myself to snoop around Deerfield. You live there too now.
I'm there, yeah.
maybe I'll reach back out, go back around where I broke my neck playing football right there for the Raiders there. But yeah, right there I grew up. I used to walk those neighborhoods. But where you live,
I love it.
Where you live at is was a really nice neighborhood for us. I lived on the other side of the tracks where you see where the old churches are and stuff. I lived over there when it was really like different back then. Now it's like dressed up. It looks nice.
Oh yeah, it looks nice.
When I'm over there, like, but they say still
very
like,
quiet.
still
I mean,
like
a lot of a lot of old people lives there.
Well,
and a lot of
not that area though.
A lot of Brazilians.
Oh, that's on the this side of the tracks though. That's
like
on the east side of the tracks.
Brazil County.
You go down to Sample Road, there's a lot of Brazilians.
It's
pumping.
great. There's a great Brazilian restaurant.
Oh, there is on 10th Street too. There's a Brazilian
Brazilian girls.
Yeah. Oh well, good for you, the single man.
Yeah.
Mr. Ariel Levy is single. He's free.
Yes, please.
He's an actor. He's a wrestler, and he's a CCW champion. And now he's a host. Of a podcast show.
Just helping you. So should we do the Pandora's box?
All right. Yes. What's it? I gotta say it now because the box is back. Yeah. Of course, you've seen 7, right? Like, so, well, we talked about this before.
Oh, 7, yeah, of course.
You're like, what's in the box? What's in the like? Can you
I have to open it?
I guess you do. Like,
I don't know.
There's no springs or worms or nothing like that. We only did that to kick your dad. Like,
oh, okay.
She talked to her about conventions and stuff. She hosts a lot of conventions.
I know. Yeah. I did actually. She
stopped wrestling for a while. That's like I missed her, but like
she did great when she did ring announcing for us at the brew.
Yeah. I thought she did a good job, but I don't know, something happened and she just went a different path.
So just one.
Maybe probably all the time we have. I don't know. Yeah, what's in the book? Yeah, I guess. I know.
What's in here?
Wait, what?
Okay.
There's more than one. What is it? Multiple questions on one page? Yeah.
Okay. If you book these dream matches, who's going over?
Okay.
Number 1, Kane versus Abyss.
Who? Kane and Abyss?
Yes.
Well, it's gonna look like favoritism because I bet the next one is Undertaker or somebody, or like I'm like,
you're right.
It is gonna like like they're matching up WWE guys with random TNA or AEW guys or something probably. But Kane's a legend. Kane's iconic. Kane burnt his brother. He survived a funeral fire. He slept with Mae Young and had a baby. I don't know. Or that was Mark Henry. Whoever. But Kane.
I think he got Lita pregnant, but then she lost the baby because
this guy knows everything. Like, wow. Like,
and he did the what was the Katie Vick. He slept with Katie Vick.
What was Kane? Do you remember Isaac Yankem?
Of course.
Do you remember what was he called? The Christmas tree monster? You ever seen that?
Yeah, the Christmas creature.
I was on that show. Where they had an extension cord plugged into him when he walked out.
When he did Unabomb, he was really cool. He was there's like a hidden gem where when Taker worked him as Unabomb in I think it was Memphis.
All right. So Unabomb, Memphis. So let's bring another Memphis thing back. Do you know who Soul Taker was? Papa Shango.
Soul Taker. Yes.
Soul Taker, yeah. But yeah, Unabomb, like, you couldn't say that now, could you? The Unabomber. You couldn't say that now.
I don't know. That was a gimmick.
What was the guy that blew up Oklahoma? What was he called? He's a Unabomber.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, like that. Yeah. Like,
so Kane won.
All right, so
Kane over.
Yeah, but let me put Abyss is a great guy.
Yeah,
a former football player. Just saw him in the airport not too long ago. Clean cut. Almost didn't recognize him because he has teeth back and hair short.
Well, he had that gimmick too, where he played his brother.
Yeah, he's office now in WWE,
yes.
like a producer or something. But yeah, Kane though. I'd have to say Kane. Like just Kane's Kane.
Taker versus Sting.
Taker. Only because
you don't like Sting.
No, I do like.
There's Heat there.
No. I need to do a little known fact is I played Sting for a year. I gotta hear me out. Like, people don't know this. Yeah. Do you remember all the fake Stings that used to come from the ceiling out and get beat up? I was on that loop for like a year. Mark Starr, Horseshoe, and Jerry Flynn. Lightning Foot Jerry Flynn was another wrestler. They flew us to every TV's. Mark Starr. We traveled together. we had our fake Sting masks, our robes, and we just go to the top of the bill. We'd run down to the ring and get tossed out of the ring by the NWO every freaking TV and every house shows, everything. We were on loop. I was on loop. That was the easiest gig I had. Except for I always got Scott Norton, and I didn't know if he didn't like me or something, like, because he would I would try to avoid him.
He stiffed you?
Scott Norton,
no, but
I would try to avoid him because anytime he got me, like, I would jump to go out of the ring, but I would like find myself almost landing in the third row. Like trying to stop. So then I quit jumping, but I still would land almost in the third row. So I was thinking, man, this guy doesn't like me. Like, he's the strongest man in the world. And no matter what, I would try to I'd come in a different angle and I'd still get grabbed by Scott Norton. I'm like, what did I do? Like, But it was an easy gig. It was a great gig. They'd fly to every TV, eat catering all day. It didn't matter if you were fat. You had a Sting outfit on. You had the mask, the cool. Jacket. And yeah, so, no, I have nothing against Sting. I just... I like the Crow and Brandon Lee. I don't like that. So I'm not a big Taker fan either. Like and I've seen some people. I'm not a giant Taker guy. Like no, but
as a person or as a wrestler.
So somebody defended Raymond from the podcast. He said he was more like the Grim Reaper. I call Undertaker a zombie. They said, "What is Undertaker?" I said, he's a zombie, like a zombie, right?
Yeah, he's a dead man.
He's a dead man, zombie. Like somebody else said, no, he's the Grim Reaper or something. Like whatever, a zombie. but no, Taker on that one. I gotta go Taker.
What about?
Because he had he's WrestleMania history. He's just
no.
You know the thing is, WWF just no matter what, Sting was a star and Abyss was great and TNA and everything. They just build superstars at magnitude level.
WWE,
so it's just so like if you're asking me like the star in my head as a fan, a little kid, that's what I would have went with.
Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart.
Well, I'm gonna favor the Harts because I trained in the dungeon and friends of the Hart family got history. I was a Black Heart.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Bret Hart. Oh, you didn't see Edge's match with Damian Priest, right? So when he's working Damian, they were in Canada. He did a Canadian Destroyer.
Okay.
Yeah, Canadian because he had a Canadian on his site. So he came out. You remember when Shawn Michaels wrestled Undertaker? Shawn Michaels came out in all white, and Taker wore all black. So it was like that kind of theme. Edge was in all white with Canadian.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, and Damian Priest is all black, which I like his outfit with the slight purple touch. It was really good. But then even when they bumped the referee, he was going for the sharpshooter, like another Canadian movie. So it was a lot of like little plays. He did. Priest did it on Prettier, Christian's movie.
Oh, okay.
Edge did the Impaler first, then he did it on Prettier, and then I called it Twist of Fate, but they did it that one. It was like a lot of plays on things in there, and then some Canadian stuff with a Canadian Destroyer and Bret Hart. Yes, it was good. It match built. I could tell Edge put that match together because it was built. It was. I was like going, why wouldn't they start off hot? But then I go, nah, Edge is not gonna start off hot. Where are you gonna go from there? Because they had to put in like 10, 15 minutes or whatever. So it built. It was a good story. Good match. Good little things and good little spin kicks into the spear, like going for the spear, he spins, and it was good. You'll enjoy it, I think.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
What about Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles?
I think so. If you said the Rockers versus AJ Styles or somebody, I would have said the Rockers. But I mean, this is just what I want, or like
no, yeah. What would
I
you book
want.
if it's your promotion? You're booking this dream match.
Yeah, I would put AJ over. I think I like AJ Styles.
Okay,
I think so. See, there was swerving there. It wasn't all pro WWE.
And the last one.
Who would you put over? What you tell me? Who?
I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. I love Shawn Michaels.
Go to super.
But I'm a
Shawn Michaels or Marty Jannetty. Who do you think was the better wrestler? I entertainer Shawn Michaels, but I guess that's part of wrestling. That's a big part of it.
So
I should have been asking you.
So the fact that I'm trying to portray the biggest asshole in the world, right? That's what I'm trying to.
You say you're just being yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be the biggest asshole in the world with what I'm doing right now as the CCW World Heavyweight Champion, as the champ that you deserve, all that stuff. So
I didn't doubt it.
My inspiration for that, and who I think is the best ever, is Shawn Michaels 97, right? Chewing gum, not giving up about anything, and probably he was the hardest one to deal with backstage. I mean, that's as far as I read or heard, and especially for Bret Hart. But I think he was was amazing as a bad dude, and of course he has always been very, very entertaining and athletic and all this stuff. So Shawn Michaels '97 is like one of my favorite.
What year was it Luna debuted with him? She managed him at a WrestleMania. She came out Vegas in Caesar's Palace.
Yeah. But it seems like he wasn't giving
No, he was there. It was just a way to segue her into feud with Sherry Martel or whatever that was. But I was a Rockers fan though, and work wise, I appreciated and enjoyed Marty's work. But Marty was very self-destructive, but he wasn't the entertainer that Shawn Michaels was. Shawn had the full package, you know. Yeah. And I just say AJ Styles because he's an underdog. I don't think AJ ever got, you know, like I think AJ's incredibly talented.
But of all these matches, Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart.
Oh yeah, who would you put over? I went with Bret Hart.
I would go with Kurt
Angle.
Yeah, I'm more of a Kurt Angle guy. Like
he's good, you know. He's really good. I wrestled one of his first WWE. He did ECW, but I was one of his first like WWF matches.
And I think that match you can do like because it's Kurt Angle, like the American hero, and the Canadian hero. So you can have like some.
Just different generations too, though, because Bret Hart's one generation and Angle came in at a different.
But that match could have happened if Bret Hart didn't jump ship to the WCW. They would have
made wrestling interesting.
Also, Kurt Angle versus Owen Hart would have been a great match, I think.
Ooh, Owen was great. I think Owen was better than Bret. Bret had a different persona and stuff, but I think Owen was better technical all the way around. Like the Blue Blaze, even the Blue Blazer stuff. That's just
like when he passed, like then all these guys came. Like he would have had great matches with Eddie. And
all of them.
Well, Benoit,
Dean,
and Jericho. He never worked Jericho. Like. But yeah,
Jericho wasn't on that against anybody. They didn't put.
No, Jericho's not here.
Well, that's it. No. So, all right then. Well, imagine.
What the last one is?
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, this is the last one. The Vampire Warrior, Gangrel versus the Demon, Finn Balor.
Now, when they say demon, it means when he
died.
He came out with
full
all that
gimmick.
and all that. I think
that one never loses.
No, I think Demon would have went over. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Vampire Warrior. Like what age am I? Am I my prime or my like what? Well,
I don't know.
I don't know though. I seen him double gut stomp Edge. Like I seen Edge crunch up for that thing. I don't know how these guys take that. It must be magical how he pulls that off without it hurting. Because I'm like, Kevin Sullivan used to do it. I've been gut stomped by him, but he was just standing there and jumped on it. It hurt. So I don't know what it feels like.
I think he barely touches you and then does like a card
crumbles. It's probably harder on his
not
body.
Cartwheel.
He kind of falls back sometimes.
Roll.
Yeah, rolls.
Probably sometimes he just.
That's got to be a tough one to control. But he probably beats himself up more trying to protect you. You know, but. All right, well, that was episode. What episode was that?
58.
It was episode 58, Ariel. Thank you and welcome, and I'm so glad to have you here. Anything you want to talk about coming up? I know you talked about you got your September 3rd.
No, the September 3rd. Then the next day we're in Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. Then the second. You
got the school number? Do you know the school number by heart?
No, but ccwrestlingfl.com.
That's it. ccwrestlingfl.com.
If you want to train with the master right here. Gangrel, ccwrestlingfl.com, and all the info of our shows is there too. So come see, if you're ever in South Florida or Central Florida or maybe Nashville, you can watch our shows.
And I'm looking forward to getting out to California. I'll see you Thursday night outside up in the Union City area. I got a seminar going on. Friday I'll be at the Oakland, New York game, Yankees and the A's, Friday night. Saturday I got a seminar then too, and then Saturday night Stars of Wrestling. And I'll be back home, and then I'll see you September 3rd in CCW, Coastal Championship Wrestling. Like you said, if you're looking to become a pro wrestler, tired of dreaming about your dreams, come out and make your dreams become a reality. And come down and see us. Check it out,
ccwrestlingfl.com.
ccwrestlingfl.com. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough? Take some.
What?
Take some. Hey, there you go. That was episode whatever. FANGIN with Gangrel and Ariel. Thank you. Peace.
Want some, get some, bad enough, take some.